Hello, hello, 390 Wagon Master here with another Wagon Master unboxing. Got the blue tape on there to protect the innocent. All right, so what I have here is a BLUETTI power station. And last time we went up camping, we were in like a boondocking situation, and the battery system in my trailer failed. It wouldn't provide us energy. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But all in all, my CPAP wouldn't run, and I need to have my CPAP going when we're camping. So I started doing a little bit of investigating into using these power stations. So this is a product or kind of a thing that I'm not familiar with at all up until just a few days ago when I started doing research. And there's billions of these things on the market to choose from, lots of different brand names. I was originally going to get a Jackery, the black and orange ones, because that's just what I see the most, and I'm not sure if that's just due to marketing or not, but I see a lot of people using the BLUETTI, and there's a lot of good things said about this, so I thought I would try the BLUETTI. This is I believe this is a new one, the AC50B. And actually, it's for a few days, I just saw so many of these, I started getting confused on which was what. But anyway, I decided to go with the AC50B. And this is still a pretty small and portable power station. However, I believe it's going to be enough to run my CPAP. And we're not going to know that until we try. Now, I know that when you run these CPAPs with their AC brick power supply that is supplied with them, it's very inefficient because you have to use the AC inverter on these. And that's a really inefficient way to go. I know that from previous experience with AC inverters back years and years ago. And anyway, so I have the 12 volt AC adapter, and I'm going to plug that into here, and hopefully we will get the results that I'm looking for. But anyway, there it is. Not all too expensive. They come in, after tax and all that, just under $300. I bought this on Amazon. I'll leave a link to it below just so you can check it out. But we have pure sine wave AC outputs here. We have a USB-A here, the old school USB, 15 watts. And that's another thing I need to get used to. They talk about watts in here, like 448 watt hours. And I believe, if I remember it, you take watt hours, divide it by voltage, and you get your amp hours. So this is around 38 amp hours or so. I don't know, just quickly thinking here. I may or may not be even close to that. But anyway, 700 watts roughly on the inverter. Outputs, we have a cigarette lighter output, 12 volts at 10 amps. Can't run the big radios off that, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. Even the big giant ones, and you don't get a decent 12 volt output, I think, until you spend like a couple grand. And then our DC solar panel and 12 volt input. You could actually plug this or hook this up to a car battery and recharge this. And then our display panel. So that's kind of cool. That's basically all I know about it. I have AC 110 volt input power right there. A grounding lug, which I thought was interesting. That's the only one that I remember seeing with a grounding lug. Intake and exhaust ports for the fan. And one thing I want to do is I want to see how much power it has from the factory. Everybody's saying between 38 and 50%. Oh, there we go, 55%. So I'm really excited to mess around with this. You're going to see this in a lot of upcoming videos. We're going to do a lot of projects with it. However, I think the first thing I'm going to do is charge it up, and I'm going to do the CPAP test tonight. So I will do a video on that because I know it's super important. A lot of folks out there putting out videos for CPAP operation. on these, but I think some of those guys are missing the point, in my opinion. But I'm just an old 12 volt guy, so anyway, we're going to see what happens. So there it is, the BLUETTI AC50B portable power station. Looks pretty cool. I'm excited to start playing around with it. What did I get in this box? Oh, Jesus, Murphy, look at these. These are our power cords. Holy Toledo. Nice AC power cord. It's pretty thick. And then these are for our 12 volt. Let's see, this is for the solar panel input. It's all pre-wired. This came with the unit, which is really cool, so I don't have to buy these. And then, yeah, here we go. Here's the cigarette lighter input. And this is so you can plug this into your vehicle. Now, you don't need a DC to DC adapter with this, because this is regulated, from what I understand, to a maximum of 8.5 amps current draw. If it didn't have this maximum current draw, you'd never be able to use this. And, you know, this thing, I mean, I'm not really sure because of the battery size, but these, you know, sometimes they take, you know, 20, 30 amps to charge. And anyway, you need to have a DC to DC converter if you're going to do that with pretty much any lithium style battery. So anyway, all that stuff's included, so I'm really psyched. Cool. And then there's our little screw for our grounding lug. Looks to be painted. That's okay though. Anyway, there we are. All right, cheers. Thanks for watching.